We're graduating in June, but before we leave this place for good,
we're checking out some of the best food spots in the area.
I'm Jonah.
And I'm Shannon.
And this is Grub Before Grad. So we made it to George's Greek Village, one of the most popular Greek restaurants in St. Catharines, with over 3,000 reviews on Google. They serve up some authentic Greek food with giant portions and at a reasonable price. And it's kind of cold, so I'm gonna cut this short and we're gonna head inside.
Στον ουρανό μες στα δυο σου μάτια κοιτάζω, βλέπω την πουλιά και τον αστερισμό. Στον ουρανό μες στα δυο σου μάτια κοιτάζω, βλέπω την πουλιά και τον αστερισμό. Η μάνα σου είναι τρελή και σε κλειδώνει μοναχή. Σα θέλω να πω στην καμάρι σου, μου ρίχνεις μέταξο το σκηνή. Και κλειδωμένους μας βλέπει νύχτα, μας βλέπουν τα άστρα κι η χαραβεγγή.
So what's your experience with Greek food?
With Greek food, it's definitely very limited. My only real experience with Greek food would be Jimmy the Greek, but I don't think that counts. I do have some friends that I've had their like Greek cuisine, like their grandmas, I think would make like spanakopita or they'd make souvlaki. But in an actual restaurant setting, I'd say definitely 0.
Άρωνε και μου τα κύματα και σου δώσ' μου τα γέρι, δώσ' μου το πέλαγο. Η μάνα σου είναι τρελή και σε κλειδώνει μοναχή. Σα θέλω να...
It's really fresh.
Το σκηνή και κλειδωμένους μας βλέπει νύχτα, μας βλέπουν τα άστρα κι η χαραβεγγή.
Yeah, it's like they just made this. That's nice.
Oh, I've already...
That's really good.
Damn, that is really different from frozen. Oh my gosh. So flaky, so good.
Άρε το τραμ μόλις δεις πως πέφτει η νύχτα, πέφτουν οι ώρες, πέφτω λίγο θυμό.
Cheesy.
Πέφτω λίγο θυμό. Η μάνα σου είναι τρελή και σε κλειδώνει μοναχή.
That's some good cheese.
Σα θέλω να πω στην καμάρι σου, μου ρίχνεις μέταξο το σκηνή. Και κλειδωμένους μας βλέπει νύχτα, μας βλέπουν τα άστρα κι η χαραβεγγή.
That's good rice. Potato.
I think this is the chicken one. This is good. I think this is the pork one. Really good too. Wow, that is so soft. Oh my god. That's good gyro. I'm just gonna caveman it. Damn, that is good too. Oh my god. Oh wait, that is really well seasoned rice. Potato is potato, yep.
Απ' την Καρπάθο στη Θάσο κι απ' την Άρτα στην Αγιάσο
That's really good.
Σ' όποιο τόπο κι αν βρεθώ, χάνω το μυαλό, μα το Θεό, σ' όποιο τόπο κι αν βρεθώ.
Wow, for once, it's not too sour.
Καλοκαίρι, φεγγαράδα και χορεύει η Ελλάδα. Καλοκαίρι, φεγγαράδα και χορεύει η Ελλάδα.
It's like natas, but with phyllo dough.
Well-balanced flavor.
Oh my god. Yes. That's so good. That's so yummy.
Καλοκαίρι, φεγγαράδα και χορεύει η Ελλάδα. Καλοκαίρι, φεγγαράδα και χορεύει η Ελλάδα. Καλοκαίρι, φεγγαράδα και χορεύει η Ελλάδα. Καλοκαίρι, φεγγαράδα και χορεύει η Ελλάδα.
Oh man, yeah, holy. I don't even know what baklava is supposed to taste like, but I feel like it's pretty good. All right, we are back. So let's get started with some ratings, starting with food. And I'm gonna go first this time. I got the mezidez, which is essentially like a combination platter of 4 distinct meat types, which was insane. I got chicken souvlaki, pork souvlaki, gyro, and lamb chop, which I got medium rare. All of these meats were very, very well done. Chicken was moist, pork was porkin. The gyro was so soft and seasoned very well. And the lamb was also really well grilled. You could taste the char on it and it was cooked perfectly. As for the sides, it had rice, tzatziki, and potatoes. The potatoes were whatever because they're basically just boiled potatoes with a bit of lemon. They're never that good at any Greek restaurant. I feel like that's just the way they do it. So it's like, okay, sure. On the other hand though, the tzatziki was great, very fresh, tasted very different from other tzatziki in that it wasn't very heavy and creamy, but it had a lot of freshness to it. You could taste the cucumber water a lot. And finally, the rice was the best thing. You'll see what Shanon has to say about it, but basically the rice is usually not something that is acknowledged as a good part of a dish. It's kind of just like there to complement it, but this is the first time I think the rice was actually really, really good, really well seasoned, had great aromatics to it, texture was on point. Overall, honestly, pretty strong in every single category. I would give it a very, very solid 4.5.
For my meal, I had the calamari dinner, which included obviously calamari, potatoes as well. It came with rice as well. There's also the orange slices that I thought were really yummy because they're like a very good palate cleanser at the end. They're like a little snack to kind of help you digest your food. Calamari was not great. It was too shriveled up and dry. So when you bit into it, it was just sad. It's a calamari dinner, so I'm putting more weight on the calamari, which is very unfortunate because it felt almost like it wasn't made fresh, barely even hot. So I was like, when was this even made? Like, was this someone else's order and they just gave it to me because it was just convenient? Like, couldn't tell. Other than that, love the rice. That was my favorite part of the dish by far. It was seasoned well, it was cooked perfectly. I could go on and on and on and on about this rice. The same way I could go on about the Scorio cheesecake, but in a positive way. Potato was just potato. So overall, because it was a calamari dinner, I would give it 3.5, simply because the rice was really carrying this dish.
I tried his calamari just to verify whether he was telling the truth or not, and yeah, it was very dry because the pieces were so small, and so if you overcook that even a little bit, it just becomes gummy and not very fun to eat. They could have benefited from having bigger pieces. With that being said, let's go move on to appetizers, where there's a bit of a different story. We got 3 different appetizers. We got the tzatziki because I didn't know that was going to be served with our mains, but it was a big bowl of tzatziki along with pita. We also got spanakopita, and we also got, what is it?
Sakanagi.
Yes, that, which is flaming cheese, yes, served with bread. Starting with the tzatziki, I know we talked a bit about it in the main, but like when you have such a giant dish, you really get to pile that stuff on top of your pita, and it was just really good. I think it was excellent. It's very, very different from the stuff you get at like Jimmy the Greek, Mr. Greek, other Greek places that are like more on the fast food end. It's a lot lighter and you could have a lot more of it without feeling as bad. I would give it 4.5 again, so.
Honestly, echo chamber, I would give it the 5 because it had an olive in it, and I love olives.
That's a crazy reason to give it a 5.
Actually, I'm actually gonna go back to 4.5 because I didn't know the olives were pitted.
And that's a crazy reason.
And so when I bit into it, I thought I cracked my teeth and I was so scared. And I was like, oh, it's just a pit. I'm not used to the pitted olives. So you know what, 4.5.
Great, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now moving on to the spanakopita. I've had a lot of spanakopita that's been like frozen puff pastry. You know, you just toss it in the oven, you take it out, you eat it, and those have been really good. But then when you try the fresh version with the freshly made puff pastry, it's just completely different. It's like really, really different. It was just really well made. Like the puff pastry was excellent, crumbly, buttery, a little oily, but I mean, that's what you get. You have a great blend of the spinach and the cheese. It went together really well. Very addicting, honestly. I'm giving it another 4.5. Like, I haven't really tried other fresh spanakopita, so not much to compare it to, but honestly, it's just really, really good. Just can't give it the 5 because I don't know.
I thought it was really yummy. I don't have spanakopita a lot, so I don't have a lot to go off of. I have had the frozen like ring ones, and I probably had that over a decade ago. So based on that and having the fresh one today, I think I could easily give it a 4.5.
Yup. And now for the flaming cheese. It was cheese.
It was cheese.
It was as cheese gets, truly.
Yeah.
You got the saltiness, creaminess. It's a very sharp flavor. And then with the lemon, it changes it completely.
Yeah.
And then you add that with the bread and you get like a very interesting kind of cheese bread. Yeah. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. It's just cheese and bread, but it was very high quality cheese. Still don't know what kind of cheese it was. We'll figure that out at some point. I'm sure I'll put that in the edit. I'll give it a 4.5 again. I'm just kind of repeating the same thing every time. I don't know.
Real. If it makes you feel better, I'm just saying I agree. It was yummy. 4.5. Like Jonah said, the lemon obviously added that like new depth of flavor, which I thought was really interesting because I was like, wait, there's a lemon beside this. Why is there a lemon wedge beside cheese? And I spritz it on and we had to go at it again and it was a whole different type of flavor. Just having that option of having the lemon on the cheese, something that's very creative, very fun, very new. 4.5 easily.
Also like the show that comes with it, you know, the little that was fun. I'm glad I got a little recording of it. Anyways, moving on to the stuff that came after, as in the salad, the Greek salad. It came with both of our dishes, but yeah, for a free thing, that was one of the best free items. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I usually don't like Greek salad. Caesar all the way. I would still say Caesar all the way, but it kind of changed my mind, really. You get basically everything you would typically expect in a Greek salad. You have the tomatoes, the olives, the onion, the spinach, the lettuce. Was there cucumber?
No.
Oh, and feta cheese, of course.
No.
And then like a balsamic vinaigrette or whatever kind of vinaigrette, something sour. I didn't have the tomatoes or the olives. He took them all out for me, thank goodness. But everything else, when you have it together, it was so good. There was not an overwhelming sourness. It was a very balanced dish. The onions didn't have any bitterness to it. Everything that I expected to be bad wasn't bad. I've had a lot of Greek salads. I've choked down a lot of pretty mediocre Greek salads, and this one was not mediocre. So I would honestly give it a 5 because I haven't had a Greek salad this good before. Like I haven't had one where I'm like, hey, maybe you'll actually have more of this. And so 5.
Like Jonah said, the salad was very good. I am a tomato and olive lover and enjoyer, so I loved it more that I got to eat all of the olives and tomatoes once I knew that they were pitted. So it was a fun little side activity to get the pits out. The salad was really yummy. I think just the blend of flavors was really nice. Like nothing was too much on one end, and I think that really helped it. Like it wasn't too sour, it wasn't too sweet, there wasn't too many tomatoes, there weren't too many olives, there weren't too many, I don't know, pieces of feta cheese. Like nothing really overshadowed anything else in the dish. It came together really beautifully, and I really enjoyed that salad. I have not enjoyed a salad like that in a very long time. I don't know if I'd give it a 5, only because I don't like salads, so it's kind of easy for me to like, I like this salad 5. So for that, I'll probably just give it 4.5.
And now moving on finally to the desserts. For dessert, we had the baklava and we had
I forgot what it was called.
whatever
actually.
that thing was called. Both of their desserts are like on a display. I saw it as you would see in Soban, you know, out and ready to serve. But unlike other places that have like ready to serve desserts, this was actually pretty solid. It didn't lose too much from sitting out for a decent amount of time. It didn't suffer from that as much as the other places we've been to where we see the quality degrade a lot. I think it was mostly due to the fact that both of them had like a lot of syrup. So there was a moisture to it that kind of kept it from drying up. Starting with that thing, it's a dessert. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to liken it to. What would you say it's like?
If you know what natas is, or natas are, question mark, the Portuguese little custard pastries that look like they're burnt on top. If you've ever had that before, it tasted like the exact same custard filling, but instead of it being like tart form, it just had phyllo dough pastry. So it's kind of like a spanakopita, but the filling is the natas custard filling. That would be like my closest description to it in terms of taste. Custard filling, very good. It's got like little lemony bits to it as well. I just thought it was yummy. Easily give it a 4.
I would give it a solid 4 as well. I'm not really too into desserts, period. This was good for like the first couple, but like it's very sweet. So it's hard for me to just keep going. I ended up finishing almost all of it, but like if it were smaller, honestly, it would probably be a bit better. But I mean, more for the price, we take that. So yeah, solid 4. Moving on to the baklava. Go ahead.
love the baklava. It was amazing. It's really easy for it to be amazing coming off the Square cheesecake. That will come up in every episode. The baklava was very good. Like, it was very moist. It tasted so good. It was rich. It had flavor. The puff pastry should have come with it because it kind of hit a point where I was like cutting into it and then the whole puff pastry kind of popped off like a little hat. But other than that though, easily 4.5.
I don't really have baklava a lot. When he reacted so viscerally to this dish, I was like, oh my gosh, is it really that good? And then I have it and I'm like, wow, this is really sweet. It envelops your whole mouth in the syrupy, liquidy, sweet moistness. It's really good. I definitely would not be able to handle eating that whole thing. That would give me diabetes instantly. But for 5 bites, that thing is extremely good before you start to go crazy. It's a very solid dessert. I haven't had enough baklava to gauge how good it is, so I'll give it a solid 4.
I have a dangerous sweet tooth, so I was able to eat it.
Food overall was pretty insane, honestly. It was by far the best of what we've seen this season in terms of food across the board. The only real miss was the calamari, but absolutely everything else was above par by a significant margin. So I would give food as a whole 4.5. It's really good. Big portion sizes too.
Definitely a bang for your buck kind of place. The calamari, I think it kind of put a damper on my meal, I would say, because like obviously I had it. Regardless though, overall, the rice, the baklava, and the appetizers, like everything made up for that calamari. I'd also easily give it 4.5.
Yep, so very, very, very solid. You will see this in the top ranks for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Moving on to service, which is very strong category. Oh my goodness. I have literally nothing bad to say about the service because she was just so on point with literally everything. So cheerful from the get-go. Gave us all the recommendations. Very thorough in everything she did. Checked on us a ton. She put a lot of care into it and I definitely see that effort above and beyond, in my opinion. She easily ranks among the top servers. So I honestly would just give it a 5 because yeah, I really like the service.
It just felt like if you were to go in there, she knew what to give you and that you'd like it. It wasn't like a, oh, well, I like this, but like some people like this, or like my favorite is this, but most people go for like this other dish. And I'm like, that's not helpful. But she was like, everyone likes this, these are good, this is good. I like this one a lot, you should get this. It's like she knew what was good, she knew what to recommend, and everything she recommended was really good. So easily 5.
Barring the calamari, but that's just, that might have just been a one-off. Like honestly, if we go back again, maybe it'll be a different story because it's so popular apparently. So maybe it was just, you know, a fluke that it was not as good as it usually is. But yeah, 5?
Yeah, easily 5.
Yeah. Moving on to atmosphere, and let me first say, that place is massive, and we actually did not get shots of all the different places because it's just so big and there's so many rooms that I would just feel really weird going to every single place to take videos of it. But with that being said, it's a really nice place. It definitely would be better, I think, during the summertime because the place that we were seated at, the patio, is actually opened up during those warmer months. So you get like the breeze, you get the nice sun, sky, nature, whatever, in the background and surrounding you. So that would have made it even better. But even considering that, it was a really nice space that we were in. The main dining room areas, that was also a really nice area too. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing ever because chili and agave is just insane. Same with Arby'S and even Lestadi's, but it's a nice place to sit down and eat. I would rank it among where Coppola would stand. So I would give it a pretty solid 4.5.
I really want to give it a 5, but I just like can't. I think if we went there in the spring or summer, I could easily give it a 5. With like the doors coming off in the springtime, having a breeze come under like your legs as you're eating food would be immaculate, especially because you're right by the water. Also, they had a gumball machine that goes through this cool little contraption.
It was a chill place. Definitely not a place that's like super vibrant with colors, which is where we see the 5s, but it's a really chill, cool place to sit down and have a nice meal at. Let's go move on to final thoughts. We kind of alluded to these things in all the previous sections, but this has been a really, really good experience. I liken the portion sizes and the amount of food in general to Coppola's. It's a lot of food. It's really good. Everything's really high quality. It definitely lives up to that 3,000 ratings and being at a 4.6 with that volume of ratings.
Yeah.
Usually when I see a number like that, I'm like, oh, it's probably overhyped. Probably has like one good dish and like the rest of it is like meh. But no, honestly, it lives up to expectations, if not exceeds them. Unfortunate about the calamari, but with so many other good things to say about it, we can kind of let that slide.
You get the bang for your buck, a nice atmosphere, nice food. Service was immaculate. So honestly, if you're looking for Greek food, somewhere to eat, maybe on a patio, definitely check out George's Greek Village. It's big like a village.
It really is a village. Yeah. Try it out. As we said, you will like it. I assure you, you will like it.
If anything, you will love the price.
Oh yeah. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and we will see you at our next meal.